Okay, here we go. Camera's over here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at myself.
Hi everybody, welcome to a special edition. This is the preview of what's to come in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks we will be on the Broadway. I can't reach my sip.
Sipping.
I can't reach. Here.
Oh.
Sorry everybody. Cheers.
And sassing. Jerry's killing it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm coming to you straight with my moo-moo.
Moo, she is ready for bed. It's late night. Tonight we are reviewing Barefoot in the Park, presented by the Arizona Theater Company at the Tempe Center of the Arts. Tonight was its preview performance. It opens tomorrow night, and I can't find the page that tells me how long it runs till.
It's November 4th.
You know that off the top of your head?
Yeah. I'm just
How do you
looking
know
at
that?
myself, though. I'm just preening here.
Wait,
in this
how did you know that?
Because we looked it up earlier.
And you remember? I don't think you're right. November 5th.
Okay.
You were close.
I was off by one day.
You were off. Okay.
Let me begin this with a sturdy warning. Whatever you do not go out to Chili's post-show. Okay?
Why?
It just doesn't end well.
My food was terrible. I left a comment and I said my food was terrible. The chicken was rubbery and gross, I said.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of chips and salsa and my body is still sad about
But the
it.
chips and salsa was good.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, don't do it. It's not worth it at 10 o'clock at night. It's just not worth it, okay? Anyway, Barefoot in the Park. Never seen it.
What?
Have you seen Barefoot in the Park?
Yes.
Where? When?
The movie with Jane Fonda.
No, I have not. I know nothing about it.
Who even are you?
Well, my name's Allison. What's yours?
Shocked. I thought everybody knew Barefoot in the Park.
No, I did not
Wow.
know it. So
It's cute, huh?
Yeah.
No, not cute.
It's cute. Yeah, it's fine. Here's the thing. I guess I just really prefer musicals. I know. Plays are hit and miss.
It's Neil Simon.
I know. I love Neil Simon. I do. And there were no F words in this entire show. How is it even Neil Simon? I don't know. He's very prolific F-bomber. But
Wow.
it could be because the lead guy was...
Okay, he was pretty meh. However,
He was very meh.
he got better. In Act 3, he was better.
You know why he got better in Act 3? Because that's how he was the entire show. But in Act 3, he was supposed to be like, one had a cold and was sick. But that's how he was the whole time. Okay, so.
Sorry, Mr. whatever your name is. What's his name?
Well, I'll tell you his name. He has quite the resume. And I'm like, how is that even possible? Because yikes. His name is Tyler Lansing Weeks. He came to us from New York from the Broadway revival of Take Me Out, which, for those of you who don't know anything about, is a great show.
It's a play.
Yes, it is. It's a good play.
It was a hit. This is a miss.
Yeah.
I don't think this was a miss.
Well, I just thought he was a miss.
Yeah. Yeah. He's supposed to be lower energy than she is, though.
Well, this girl, Kira Kennedy,
Oh,
she's real cute.
she's a gift. She is a gift. She is sunshine, happiness, rainbows, glitter, sparkling kittens. I love her. I loved her.
He's a little over the top in his
What? You didn't think she was great?
I liked her. I was just saying you were a little obnoxious with all of those. What are those words? Adjectives?
Allison.
I thought she was super cute, and I did.
Did
like
you think
her.
she was great?
I thought she was super cute. I liked her a lot.
10 out of 10?
Sure, except for I didn't like her in that third act. She made me mad.
That's how the play is written.
Well, I didn't like that part, Neil Simon.
Oh my gosh, but that's not her fault. She did a great job.
Okay. Sure.
She was all over the place physically. Great job. Kudos to the director. I loved his use of levels. The set was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I'll post a picture of it in the comments. It was stunning. Absolutely stunning. But the way he used the space was brilliant, and the way that he had her, like, she was very frenetic and all over the place. And that she matched that energy and committed to it, and I thought she did a fantastic job. I think she could have gone over the top with the lovey-dovey, so that when she was over the top with the anger, it played more opposites, if that makes sense.
Yeah. If you don't know the show, in the third act, they get in a fight, and by they I mean she. Just like out of nowhere, she goes banoodles, and all of a sudden is like, I hate you, and we're not meant to be together. And it's like, what the freak? Girl, you need to slow the roll. And he's like, what is happening? But again, because this guy was like, meh.
She didn't have much to play off of.
Yeah, I was like, it didn't.
Yeah, that was a letdown.
Yeah, so.
I would like to have seen the understudy in that role.
Me too. He would have been better.
Hi, Marshall.
Okay. The guy who plays the crazy neighbor,
Mr. Velasco.
his name is Harry Boovey. Yeah, I'm gonna say Boovey. I mean
Booby?
Boovey. Bouvet. Boovey. I don't know. Bouvy.
Booby?
His
I enjoyed him immensely.
his bio is top notch. Like
Oh, this is the one that Rob knows, yeah?
This dude, yeah, well, it says he was in the Spamalot in Las Vegas, which means he would have been there with our friend Rob. But anyway, quite the bio, and he was very like an identical Stanley Tucci.
I wouldn't say identical, but he did remind me of Stanley Tucci.
Very Stanley Tucci.
He was
Tucci-esque.
very funny.
Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed him.
I liked him. I thought he did a really good job.
He did a great job.
He lived up to the bio.
And I loved his. Okay, so he's bald, and this is not ruining anything, but he's totally bald. And at one point, he talks about how he dyes his hair, and he had taken his hat off, and he's like, "I dye my hair," and then points to his mustache.
Because normally the person's not bald.
Oh, it was right. It was just so funny. I was like, "That's hysterical."
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, he was great. I really liked him a lot. I loved the girl. The mom she was good, but her voice was grating to me. Her name is Gayton Scott.
I loved her.
Oh, okay. I liked her. Fine.
I loved her.
She grew on me more.
Physically, she was hysterical. I thought she played the comedy really well physically. I think her voice was a character choice. And you didn't like it?
No,
Oh, I did.
it was super grating to me.
I mean, hey, this again goes to show that two people can go and see the exact same thing, and one thinks it's good and one thinks it's bad.
I didn't think it was bad at all. I was just.
I mean, a word
saying.
like grating,
Well, her voice was grating.
that's pretty intense. Grating. I mean, think about what happens to cheese when you grate it. It shreds. You felt shredded by her voice?
It was high, and she did this high pitchy thing. But maybe we should talk about the man who stood up and sat down, and stood up and sat down, and stood up and walked and went back.
And he talked full voice to the usher?
Yeah, like 20 times.
It was so annoying.
The show is going on, by the way.
P.S. If you are in the show and you're by chance watching this, which I know you're not, but if you were, would you please comment and let us know if you saw or heard that man walking back and forth, talking full voice to the ushers? Hello, Theater Etiquette 101, shut the hell up and sit down.
He was very unhappy, I think, with his earphones. I don't know if he needed them for hearing or for language. I don't know, but he wasn't pleased.
He was not happy.
And at one point, they were like, "We'll try sitting back here," which was like one row behind us. He's like, "I'm not going to sit back there. I don't want to sit back there." Fine, I'll try it. Anyway, it was funny. I was like, "Well, okay." And then there was this man walked in to sit down, and he went to sit in his chair, and the entire seat just went to the floor.
It just broke.
And I looked at Jerry, and I was like, I am so grateful that wasn't my chair. Because there was nothing this man did. And he goes, "I'm not that heavy." And he was like a thin man.
Yeah, he was a little dude.
Anyway, but I was like, of course, can you imagine if that would have been my chair? It was already broken. It wouldn't have been my fat ass, but nonetheless. And then, I don't know what, like, Laurel and Hardy dorks were running this theater situation, but it was just a disaster. The ushers, oh gosh. Anyway,
She couldn't scan my ticket.
couldn't scan his ticket. Then, like, the
So
seat,
she tears it. She tears off the paper. She's like, "Well, when we settle this later, it'll work. I don't know why it's not working."
anyway, the guy told an usher. The usher's like, "Oh gosh, let me touch him." And so he went and got like the house manager.
No, he got another usher.
That was the house manager, and he came in and he
It was
like,
the lady, then the dude, and then the manager guy.
"Okay."
Yeah.
It ended with the house manager, and he's like, you know what? Why don't you go talk to the box office?
No.
Mind you, yes, he did. He sent the guy to talk to the box
To the
office.
ATC people.
Yeah.
Not the box office.
And I was like, by the way, the other two chairs next to him were open. Maybe he could have just slid over one. I don't even know where that man ended up.
He ended up on the other side of the audience.
Ugh. Anyway, and then the house manager, like, picks up the broken seat, and it was a comedy. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, stop. Finally, he just picked the whole chair up and left.
It was weird.
I was like, you people, the show started at 7:30. They opened the house at 7:20, almost.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
But they started at 7:31.
They
so
did.
Kudos to you.
So there's
Thank
that.
you for starting on time.
Yeah, I guess.
We need to talk about the lighting.
Oh yeah.
The lighting was not working.
Well,
They
it
were
was
like
their preview.
They were like adjusting cues as they were going. Like things would get brighter, and then the lights just stopped working. Like
Yeah.
there were lamps on the wall, sconces, and then there were pot lights in the ceiling, and they just turned off. Lamps on the tables weren't working, and then all of a sudden they would turn on, and then they would turn off.
Yeah.
That was weird.
I also want to talk very briefly about.
The sound?
Okay, no. I wanted to talk
I
about
want to talk about the sound.
Marshall's. Okay, so our friend Marshall he's the understudy of the lead, and he's
The delivery man.
The delivery man, and I just laugh that these people write these plays, and they will write these parts, and it is a quarter of one scene. I mean, it's like a blip of one scene where this, he showed up and he was great, but he has no words. He's delivering these packages, and he's had to walk up 5 flights of stairs, and
6.
and he's breathing hard and whatever, and that was it. And I was like, he's got paid to do that.
Yeah, he got paid. Who cares?
I know, but why do the writers do that?
I don't know.
I mean, at least if you're going to do that, like, write a bunch of little bit parts. I don't know. It just made me laugh. It had nothing to do with Marshall. It had everything to do with, that is so random. There's these teeny tiny little parts that will get written into these shows that
Maybe it's just for the purpose of
someone
the understudy.
has to do. Yeah, I guess. Anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the sound. Going outside when they're out
Talk to them.
when they're out in the door, when they're outside.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded weird, right?
Yeah.
Like it was echoey and weird, and it didn't make sense. And then their last line off stage was not properly timed for when they actually walked on stage.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it was just, that was a little off.
She would have whole conversations with these people that were 5 flights down, or they were 3 flights now, and it was like she's just standing in her apartment yelling, and I'm like,
There's no way they're hearing
I'm
her.
not hearing you. None of
But the
that.
way but the reverb on the actor as they were speaking up from the stairwell, it didn't make sense. Like, it should have been farther away and then got closer, or I don't know. It didn't set right with me. So the sound design was a little off, and I did not think the music matched.
Jerry really cares about music
I do.
a great deal.
It sets the whole mood for the evening.
You might be stunned at the amount of time he spends coming up with playlists for his shows. What plays in the beginning, what plays at intermission, what plays in post-show.
It's true. It's all part of the experience.
I guess. But then there are people like us that are like, did you even notice the music? I don't know.
I did.
Well, I mean, I heard music, but it meant nothing to me. I was like,
Oh my gosh, who
It's
are
music.
you? You're not a theater person.
sure I am. But I am not a... Okay, fine. I'm admitting something to you people. I don't listen to music.
She doesn't. Ever. It's always quiet in this house unless I'm around. And there's music always on. True or false?
It's
True. I want to talk about the costumes. I
Okay.
loved them.
It's time.
Sorry, time. Costumes were great. She looks amazing. The guy was in a suit. It's fine. I love the mom's jacket. Okay, there you go. That's it. That's costumes. Set was gorgeous. Bravo. Well done. Okay.
Overall, it was a good show.
Go see it. I think you should see it.
And I would just like to say to ATC, Phoenix Theater, any of you, could you please, for the love, stop overlooking the amazing talent that is already here in the Valley because you feel like you need to have a name or an equity person, because in this case, that understudy would have been better than the person you brought in because he had a big New York pedigree. I'm just saying, there is way too much talent in this Valley.
Shout out for local talent. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, go see Barefoot in the Park. It runs through November 5th at the Tempe Center of the Arts.
Well, I don't know if it's there that whole time.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's there though? When
Yeah.
are they in Tucson?
They already were.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So go see it at the Tempe Center of the Arts. Barefoot in the Park. Neil Simon. It's great. I really liked it. Even though the guy was meh, I didn't feel like he ruined the show for me. I think that the average theater goer is going to go, that was cute. I like that. They would walk away and go, that was a fun night. You walked away and went, that guy was not my favorite. Still a good show.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Would you agree? Yeah. I liked it.
I
Okay.
only fell asleep a little bit.
True. Stay tuned because we are going to New York, New York!
It's a hell of a town.
We're going to see 8 shows in 5 days. So there will be a lot of sipping and a lot of sassing. And we have some special guest stars that will be sipping and sassing with us. So stick around. All right. Leave us a message in the comments if you have anything that you want to say.
Goodbye.
Until next time. Bye-bye.